Hello, I'm Wanda Kiefer and I'm with All Seasons Vacations, and today we're going to take a trip to St. Lucia and we're going to talk about extra things that could get you to your resort a little bit quicker than doing the transfer that is given to you free of charge at all the resorts. And we're going to go over some of the different resorts and the length of time that it takes for you to get there. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the St. Lucia helicopter. I just experienced this. A lot of our clients have experienced this, and we highly recommend this. This is a 13-minute helicopter ride from the UVF airport, which is the main airport that everybody flies into in St. Lucia, going over to the SLU airport, which is a smaller airport that's over by the Halcyon Resort there at Sandals. So again, just to show you the helicopter, how it would work is you would clear customs. Once you clear customs and get your bags, you will then turn your large bags over to like Sandals if you're staying there. And then they will actually take that bag to the resort and you will get that later on that evening. So we encourage you to pack a small carry-on or a book bag, a 1 day's clothes that you're going to need for that day and that evening. So if you're coming in like winter clothes, you're definitely going to want shorts, tank top, swimsuit, that kind of stuff, because again, you're not going to see your luggage until later that evening. So once, again, you get rid of your luggage to Sandals, you have your backpack, you have your small carry-on, they're going to put you in a little van and take you across the road over to where the helicopter is sitting out on the helicopter pad. Now, the helicopter will hold 6 adults plus a pilot. You got to have the pilot, right? And again, this is a 13-minute helicopter ride that will take off and land at the other side of the island. As you can see here in the photo, they do not go very high. You're going to go over a lot of scenery, a lot of the Piton Mountains. You're going to see other resorts from the air. And then you will be landing on the runway over there at SLU. Once you land, you will have a taxi or a shuttle service that will take you to an appropriate hotel. If you are staying at the Halcyon, it's about a 10-minute ride after you land. If you're staying at the Grand, it could be up to 30 minutes, depending on traffic, because you do got to go down through town. And if you're if you're staying at Regency La Toc, it's going to be about another 15-20 minutes from there as well. Okay, so let's talk about cost for this. So the cost, I tell people, it's like doing a tour there in St. Lucia, but also getting you to the resort and getting your stay there a little bit quicker, a little easier, a little faster. For the helicopter, you're talking starting in at one way is $202 per person. With those lovely government taxes that we got to put on there, you're looking at $214.12 per person for a one-way trip. Okay, most people do this on the way in because again they want to get there quicker, but you can also do this on the way out as well. If you do it on the way out, your luggage will get picked up earlier at the resort. They will then take you back to the helicopter pad. You will have just your carry-ons with you, and then you will go straight back to the main helicopter or main airport, and you will then get on your flight from there and then fly on home. So that's how that will work. So the other thing that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about a second way to get there, which is the ferry. And all these things can be booked directly with us, okay? So directly with us, you can book all of these with us. We'll take care of everything and make sure that you're on the right time frame, you're getting in, we'll watch your flights, we'll make sure everything is good for you as far as that goes, okay? So this is the ferry. It's called Ferry to Sea, Fun to See. And we offer this as, again, kind of an excursion. This is a copy of or a picture of the ferry itself. I'm going to explain how everything works. Give me 1 second here. I want to get up so you can see the different types of or categories that we have going in and going out. Okay, so how this one will work, guys, is a ferry. We do recommend you purchasing the insurance, because if your flight is canceled, if it's changed, whatever, they're not going to hold this ferry for you, because they've got other flights coming in that they need to move this ferry at a certain time. So the insurance on this is $20 a person, and that will cover you to get you somehow back to the resort. So it's either going to be on another ferry ride, or it's going to be like a private transfer, but they'll get you there by purchasing the insurance. The other thing that we recommend is what's called a fast pass with this. This is for people coming in. So if you want to do this ferry ride coming in, this is what we recommend you to do. So the fast pass is $50 per person. And what that does, guys, is it will get you from the plane on the Termax. They will have a sign holding your name. There will be an individual there that'll pull you out of line, and they take you through a VIP line, through a customs. They stay with you and help you get your luggage. And then from there, you will take all of your luggage with you onto the ferry. So there's no turning your your luggage over to Sandals. There's no turning your luggage over to any other resort. You will then go out, and there by curbside, they will have a taxi or a van that will come and pick you up. And you're literally about 10-15 minutes away from the ferry dock. So again, your luggage will all go with you and stay with you. When you get on the ferry, you must decide beforehand which section of that ferry you want to sit in and be in. So we have 3 different kinds. First is a resort cabin seat. This is down on the bottom of the ferry. You're down on the bottom. My personal opinion is you really are not going to get great pictures there, because you are kind of down on the bottom. It is our easiest way to get on the ferry, the cheapest, most budget economic. It's $140 a person for this particular seat, and we do have a $6 tax on that per person. The next one is a cabin booth seat. As you can see, it's a round seat with a table in the middle, and you have moved up a little bit, so you do have these open air windows that you can take some pictures out of. But again, those are going to be in the middle of this ferry. And then last but not least, which I do, I'm sorry, let me jump back. That's $150. So it went up by $10 to get into the middle of it, plus your $6 tax as well. And then we have the upper air deck, which is where I usually do, because it's clear up on top. You're up with the cabin or the captain. You can see the boat steering, everything. Take pictures with the gentleman that's doing the boat. And again, this one I like because it's open air. So you're going to be up on top. You're going to see the Piton Mountains really, really clear. You're going to see Sandals Regency La Toc when they go by that. And again, this is kind of like a tour. So this is what I tell people. It's a tour that you're doing from the very get-go. Now, people ask me, can I do this going home? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you come home and you want to do this going back instead of coming in, it's just going to all be in reverse, but you're not going to have to pay the fast pass. And I would not recommend the insurance either, because you're going to leave that day. Okay. Now, they will come and pick you up usually around 10 o'clock in the morning. They have a schedule they give us of where you're staying, based on where you're staying, where they're going to pick you up and what time. And then again, you'll take all your luggage with you, and they're going to take you to the dock and get you there to get on the ferry and come back through. So everything will kind of be done backwards. They'll get you off the ferry when you're closer to the airport, and then they're going to take you back to the airport with a taxi or a van, and then you'll check back in for your returning flight home. Now, keep in mind a couple things. Also with this, you're going to get some drinks and snacks on there as well. They're going to give you some snacks, have some drinks flowing for you. That's all included as well. This is about a 2-hour ferry ride because you're out seeing St. Lucia from the water, not from the air and not from the road. Okay, so you're going to see everything from the water. They do need to stop a couple different places to let people off, put people on. So it does become like a 2-hour tour to get there. But it's a very smooth ride. You're kind of transitioning from like the Atlantic Ocean into the Caribbean Sea. It's a really neat thing. If you've ever wanted to do a ferry or a boat ride, this is definitely it. Okay. And then I'm trying to think real quick if I have anything else. Oh, from the resort, this will land right by Regency La Toc, and you're about a 15-minute ride, taxi ride from there, or a shuttle ride back to your resort. If you are at the Halcyon, this is about a 10-minute ride from the Halcyon. And if you are clear out at the Grand, it could be up to 20-25 minutes depending on traffic. So keep that in mind. With the traffic and everything, we cannot say it's going to be exactly an hour and 15 minutes or whatever by car. But just to let you know, we also have the free shuttle service that is included in with your package if you are staying at a Sandals resort. It is a little hilly because you're in the mountains. So just remember that when you're choosing which way you want to get there. It is included for the La Toc. That is the closest one to the airport. You're looking at about an hour and a half ride, all right, on a bus. The Halcyon is about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. And then we have the Grand, which I would calculate 2 hours. Because again, you have to go down through town, and depending on the time of day, depending on traffic, it could get a little backed up and you could be 2 hours getting to the resort. Okay, so these are just some options that we're giving you for St. Lucia. Again, we have the helicopter, we have the ferry, and we have your regular scheduled transfers on the shuttle bus. So if there is any questions you have about this, or if you want more information, or again, we can definitely help you book this. We recommend you to give us a call. Our number here is 717-597-7412. As soon as you book flights, we can get these all transferred and booked for you. So that way you're sure to be in there, because remember, the helicopter is 6 people at one time we can take. And the ferry, we can take a lot. I think there's up to 100 people. So we have a lot of spaces there on the ferry. So, all right. Hope you found this information for you guys helpful. And we can't wait to get you to St. Lucia.